and nope. It's been a little while since I've done an Ask Meg video, and I'm excited to be back to it. Thank you so much for watching and submitting your questions on r/Meg Turney. If you're not familiar with Reddit and that didn't make any sense to you, you can go to reddit.com/r/Meg Turney. It lives right here, and it doesn't live here, just is displayed here. And you can ask your questions there, and that's kind of where I pull questions from now. I used to use the hashtag AskMeg on Twitter, but then some other bitch took it. I mean, I don't know if she's probably nice because her name is Meg, but some other nice lady has taken over that hashtag, and I haven't used it in a while, and I mean, can I really be mad about it? Screw it, I have my own subreddit, I'll just use that. So, reddit.com/r/Meg Turney. Yay! And before I get started, one last thing, I got extensions. They're not permanent, don't worry. They're gonna go in and out all the time, mostly because my hair doesn't stay this color. It stays this color for like a week, and then it's like weird orange town. Hopefully this will spur me to actually, I said spur me, but it sounded like spermy. Hopefully this will spur me into actually getting it colored more often, because I really like this color and I cannot believe how well the extensions match. They're really fun. I've just always been somebody who really wanted long hair, and I just don't have the patience for it. And I do have fairly long hair, but because I dye it so much, you know what, this is boring. Let's just get to the questions. Rainbow Tapier says, apologies if it's been asked, how's your white ink tattoo healed up? By the way, you talking about that tattoo got me, tattoo. Wrong. Rainbow Tapier says, apologies if it's been asked, how's your white ink tattoo healed up? By the way, you talking about that tattoo got me listening to the Deer Hunter, and now I love them. Thanks. Yay, I'm glad you like them. I absolutely love them. They're amazing, and sometimes people tweet me and they're like, I love the Deer Hunter, D-E-E-R. And I'm like, that's not the same band. You gotta go D-E-A-R, like deer, whatever. I'll put it, it's here. Look at it, it lives there. Unless I was too lazy and it didn't put it there. Anyway, to answer your question, my tattoo is healed up wonderfully. People who shit on white ink tattoos are assholes. People do it all the time. It's mostly people who are heavily tattooed or who are tattoo artists will just like, I'll be like, I have a white ink tattoo, and they're like, I don't know why. Let people do what they want to do with their own damn bodies. Oh god, something moved. I don't know what moved. The spirit of someone who's heavily tattooed and hates white ink tattoos just moved on my shelf somewhere. That was creepy. Anyway, what I was saying was people sometimes like look down on white ink tattoos because people feel like they're not permanent. I've heard a lot of misconceptions about them fading or about them being somehow temporary-ish, which is not true. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's there. And it looks gorgeous. I love it so, so much. I've had it for more than 2 years now, and it still looks just as fresh and beautiful as when it healed. I haven't seen any fading or weirdness. Granted, this is a place that doesn't get a lot of sun, but it still looks awesome, and I love it, and I wish I could get many more white ink tattoos if people weren't such jerks about white ink for some reason. I have heard that it does rub or fade if it's in a space that gets a lot of sun or gets a lot of rubbing, but this gets like underwire all the time, and I have no... I'm lifting it up, but I have no idea if you can see that or not. If you can, it looks really nice. You can't see it from... You can't see it. You can't see it from across the room, which is cool, like if I was changing and you were... This got creepy. When I'm changing... authorized people who are in the room can't see. It's really cool. Looks like a scar. Anyway, moving on. Vicky Howarth asks, how do you stay motivated when working out? I'm the absolute worst person at working out. If I can find any excuse whatsoever, I will take it to not work out. The only thing that's been keeping me going lately is this app called Zombies Run. It's so good. I'd heard about it and I had a bunch of friends who used it, and I, you know, heard the premise, and I just hate running, so I just wasn't into it, but it is amazing. Basically, it's an app where you listen to, it's like a radio drama, kind of. Not in that it's supposed to be a radio drama, in that it's just audio, and then it plays your tracks that you pick in between bits of audio that you're hearing, and the premise is that you're a runner for a township during the zombie apocalypse, and you run and pick up supplies. It gets really involved, and it's really cool. I'm just in season 1, and I really, really love it. I get really into like the building thing, because you collect supplies, and then you can build out your base to like help grow your township. I really love it, and it definitely keeps me motivated on days where I'm like, I don't really want to run. I'm like, well, but I'll get supplies. So I'm always looking for more wrenches. So I'm really loving that app right now, and that's pretty much it. I do have 2 more photo shoots at least coming up. One more that's on the table tentatively, which is another huge one that I'm very excited about, but I don't want to get too excited lest it not happen. So those have been keeping me motivated, but I don't know, more than anything else, I haven't been working out to be super skinny. I'm working out to be happy and to be healthy, and I'm more fit than I've ever been in my entire life. Whether or not that means my hips are as small as they've ever been, nope, not the case, but I can run further and I'm a lot healthier. I've been eating a lot better, and I can actually put down 4 miles and not want to collapse and die after 4 miles of running, which for me is absolutely unheard of. When I started, I could barely run a mile before feeling like I was going to throw up and just die. So I'm just really happy with that, honestly, right now, and that keeps me motivated too. Parrot Mongo asks, if you could transform into any creature that was a mixture of an animal and a kitchen or bathroom appliance, what would you be? Ooh, this one's hard. Ooh, I'd be, well, it's not a very sexy creature. The first thing that came to mind for some reason is I want to be an elephant, but then when I blow air out of my trunk, it's like a hair dryer. Like it heats up like a hair dryer. I just think that would be really useful. Maybe I've been watching the Flintstones too much because I feel like that's kind of where I got that, I guess. Oh, the elephant is it's a woolly mammoth and he's the shower. Excuse me while I school everyone on Flintstones. Bathroom, I guess a hair drying elephant, but if I were like a sexier creature, maybe, I've always wanted to be like a Black Panther. Like, ooh, I think those are so cool. Like a panther, but what could I do that's like an appliance? I'd be a panther, Black Panther, that like, when I ever open my mouth, toast comes out. Boom. Gin3all asks, hey Meg, if there was a cosplay convention in Central or Northern California, would you go to it? I think I might have answered this one before, but basically anywhere that I'm invited, I am happy to go. I want to be at the conventions you guys want me to be at. So if a convention invites me out, I'm happy to go. So please, if you'd like me to be somewhere, please tell that convention and so they can invite me. TT Rock Girl asks, when you go to conventions, do you work out on those days also, or do you let the walking that you will be doing there be your workout? I really haven't been working out consistently enough to have that problem yet, which is really sad. Basically, with like actually doing it, I run 4 to 5 days a week for the last 2 months. So I'm just 2 months in. It's not a lot. Again, before I became sort of motivated, and I still really am, the worst at working out. So if I have any excuse, like, oh, I'm at a convention today and I met a bunch of people and I walked around a bunch, it's not gonna work out because that's an excuse. So I probably wouldn't work out at convention days, although now I would probably try to. Just because you don't get any wrenches for meeting people at a convention. You gotta run away from zombies. Kanye East asks, how is it having an FHM article written about you? To be perfectly honest, it's fucking awesome. Like, that's not even remotely as nice as I wanted to put it, but it's just, that's what it is. It's fucking awesome. It feels so cool. It's just something I would never have imagined for myself, and it's so exciting. And I want to say thank you so much to everyone who's been voting. If you are interested in voting, this is the URL, Meg Turney. In all seriousness, it feels surreal that I'm even just the tiniest blip on their radar, and I'm so thankful to all of you guys, because without you, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. So thank you, and thank you to FHM for writing that article. It was really, really awesome, and it made my whole week, month, year, ///. So thank you to them and to you guys, and you're awesome. RTM Matt asks, do you have any funny behind-the-scenes stories since you started working at Rooster Teeth? Would love to hear them. Once upon a time, Ashley was not at work one day, and I really wanted to get a bunch of stories out. I remember it being, I want to say it was like close to E3, but I don't think it was. I know I was by myself, and Ashley was out of town, and I asked somebody had messed with our equipment, so like everything was screwed up. Our camera was like, the framing was all off and the focus was off. So I asked somebody else to frame me up, and I won't say who it was. And then I recorded my story, and then I got over my computer, and I was blurry. And I was like, argh! So then I asked somebody else, and I don't think the 2 people who screwed it up have any idea that they screwed it up, because I didn't say anything to them. I'm like, well, honest mistake, I'll ask somebody else. So I asked somebody else, mystery person number 2. I asked mystery person number 2 to frame me up, and this time I was in focus, but the top of my head was cut off. Why? I don't know. And that's not something you can really fix in post. So I had to film it a 3rd time, and this time I asked Gavin to come out of his Achievement Hunter office and frame me up, because I know that Gavin knows how to use a camera, and he's kind of my last resort at work. So I was at my wit's end, and there is video of this. I get all set up, look good, and Gavin hits record, and I start my read, and I'm like, welcome to the No I'm, and Gavin walks behind me, and I'm like, I fucking hate you. Like, literally, I'm laughing because it was funny, but it was this moment where I was just like, I'd been trying to record the story for like an hour, and of course he walks through the very first bit. It was amazing. I think we included it in a blooper reel once, but I don't think the story behind it has ever been shared. At G. Quesnell asks, is the red hair staying around for a bit, or are you planning on changing it again? So I had intended to dye my hair purple. I actually really wanted purple hair with lavender extensions so bad, and I would still really like to dye my hair purple, but the kind of lame aspect of my life that I had to consider and ultimately led me not to do it just yet is that I'm doing a lot of stuff right now that could potentially be released later on down the line, and if I dye my hair, there could be stuff that's half red, half purple, which would be a little strange, or it kind of like undercuts the excitement. So like if I dyed my hair purple tomorrow and then a few months down the line you saw new photos of me but my hair was red, you would know that they were old, and it would just kind of takes away from the excitement, you know what I mean? Like, even though you know when you see my Me in My Place photos, when those were released, you knew that they were taken months prior, I guess it just doesn't seem like it's so old if I look the same, but if I had totally changed my look, if I dyed my hair and had all these extensions and everything, a completely different color, then it would kind of be like, oh, old you. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of this weird thing. So the way my career is, it's just most beneficial to me to keep my hair the same way for an extended period of time. Boring answer, I know. And finally, Brendan O'Connor, almost Brian O'Connor, Fast and the Furious. When do you plan on releasing the other 2 photo shoots you talked about? So you guys probably already know that the Chive will release the photos I did with them recently. Once the Facebook fan page hits 1 million likes, it's facebook.com/Meg Turney cosplay. And Facebook was doing some weird stuff with likes, which really sucked, but now we're back on the ascent, so if you haven't already, please go like the page, and that's exciting. The other ones, I haven't even announced what they are yet, except for Me in My Place, so I don't know when they would be released. Same with Me in My Place, it's happening in 2 weeks from today. I'm very excited, but I also don't know when those photos will come out. So basically TLDR is there's some exciting stuff in the pipeline. Some of it I've announced, some of it I haven't, and I don't know when any of it is coming out. That's it for this episode of Ask Meg. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And speaking of subscribers, we hit 200,000 subscribers on this channel. I am so excited. Thank you guys so much. Seriously, I am so thrilled, and I want to keep uploading content and really like getting back into the swing of things, so I appreciate you guys sticking around even though I haven't really been uploading as much, and I promise to get my ass back in gear, and seriously, I'm so thankful. Don't forget, at 250,000 we're gonna watch Fear together. I love that show, and I think we decided we're gonna do like a live YouTube thing. I think yeah, because Twitch you can only do games, so live YouTube thing, I think. Anyway, that's it for this episode of Ask Meg, but I will see you guys next week, and don't forget you can submit your questions on reddit.com/r/Meg Turney, and I'll see you next time. Heart you!